From finding out that if you dial the Find Gary hotline, it actually goes through?
You've reached SpongeBob and the Find Gary hotline. If you see my beloved pet snail, please leave a message after the beep.
To discovering that Patrick and Gary are literally cousins.
I've discovered this coffee stain, which, upon removal, reveals that Sir Gary is the true heir to the king's crown.
Shocker, right? Today, I'll be going through 123 secrets in SpongeBob. Now, I gotta say, over 100 secrets is a lot, but we're gonna go through it one step at a time. That's if my voice doesn't give up at 99. Without much yapping, let's jump right into it. Since I've already spilled the beans on 2 secrets, let's jump into the third. This one's about Doodlebob, and despite the internet thinking so, he doesn't actually speak backwards. In Frankendoodle, SpongeBob and Patrick create a sketchy little monster called Doodlebob.
What just happened?
And while it sounds like he's shouting complete words in reverse, it sounds as goofy as before when played backwards. Yep, if you can make words out of that, you're doing better than me. Here's another one to drive it home. Myth busted. The next secret is SpongeBob's actual age.
Besides, here's your license.
My license.
If you zoom in on the card details, you'll see his date of birth as the 14th of July, 1986. If you do the math, that means he's currently 39 years old, not just that he's also a Cancer. That explains a lot about how emotional he gets, and I gotta say, that is way older than I expected. But considering he lives alone, has a full-time job, and basically functions like an adult most of the time, it actually makes perfect sense. For this next secret, I'm gonna debunk something a lot of you keep insisting on, that the Krabby Patty is made out of crab meat because of that one scene.
Well, little Patty, we're two of a kind. We've both lost our luster. So that's what I taste like.
I get why people misread that moment, but Krabs wasn't hinting at cannibalism. He was talking about the patty being old and dried up, just like him.
And you got multiple chins 'cause you're old.
I mean, even the song in the background says so. Also, Steven Hillenburg confirmed the Krabby Patty isn't made of meat at all, it's literally vegan. Now, we can't talk about secrets without getting into the secret of secrets. And no, I'm not talking about how there's fire underwater, I'm talking about the Krabby Patty formula. SpongeBob's cooked this thing right in front of us 100 times and we still call it a mystery. So let's do this step by step. Step 1.
And approximately how long do you cook a patty?
A Krabby Patty is cooked for exactly 283 seconds on each side.
Cooking a Krabby Patty at 274 degrees for exactly 283 seconds on each side is starting to sound less like cooking and more like a math exam. It doesn't get easier either, because every single step is ridiculously delicate. It's like trying not to pop a bubble.
Then, thoroughly clean the surface. Always making sure to get both sides.
That's nice. That's interesting. Almost there.
And we'll engage our drying phase, Sandy!
What? Nothing.
Remember, never over dry. Otherwise, the seaweed becomes brittle and cracks.
At this point, it feels less like cooking and more like SpongeBob intentionally stressing plankton out, because there's no way it needs to be this extra.
You should demonstrate a few more times so I can get the hang of it.
Or we could address your problem areas directly. Are you struggling with the final wrist flick? Or is your difficulty with the initial transfer move?
With that out of the way, let's move on to the easy part.
First bun, then patty, followed by ketchup, mustard, pickles, extra onions, lettuce, cheese, tomatoes, and bun. In that order.
There you go. You're officially a fry cook. But hold up. There's a final piece that makes this taste sensation. I'll hold your hand for this secret because it's a rough truth. The Krabby Patty is made from chum. Yep, in the origin story of Mr. Krabs and Plankton's rivalry, we literally see how the secret formula came to be.
Stop! You're gonna... You wanna fight over this recipe? I'll give you a fight you'll never forget! Huh? Our little squabble only got me part of the recipe.
So, while Plankton was stuck with nothing but plain old chum, Mr. Krabs walked away with the complete formula. And once you know that, our next secret suddenly makes a lot more sense. In the episode The Hankering, word gets out that Mr. Krabs is actually a hardcore chum addict.
You know you want it.
So all this time, he secretly wanted to be Plankton's customer? How ironic. On to the next secret, the Krusty Krab's clock is always set to 3 o'clock. You probably didn't notice, did ya? But it's always set to 3. Look.
They're back! They're back, I tell you! I saw them with my own eyes!
Here's another clip of the clock still set at 3.
My turn. 5. One of your shipmates has been a bad pirate.
Here's one up here.
No, come back on $2! No, no!
And over here.
The customer, or as we like to say, the crustomer.
Who said that? Are you a ghost?
Now, there's no real conspiracy behind the clock always showing 3, but I got 2 theories. 1, the animators definitely don't get paid enough to keep changing that clock every episode. And 2, the batteries are probably dead. And let's be honest, Mr. Krabs is way too much of a cheapskate to replace them. But hey, can't really blame him when you see this next secret. The Krusty Krab isn't just a wooden building joined together to make a restaurant.
Welcome aboard. If you're watching this video, then let me be the first to say congratulations.
It's actually a lobster trap. Yeah, it's meant to be a simple visual gag like everything else on the show, but fans love turning it into a full-blown conspiracy, like claiming it's a crab trap that'll eventually snap shut on Mr. Krabs when the time is right. But in reality, Steven Hillenburg most likely added it because of his real-life experience working as a fry cook and lobster boiler. It's less secret lore, more a fun little nod to his past. Let's look at one of Bikini Bottom's top mysteries. It's got to do with what happened to Mrs. Puff's husband, Mr. Puff. Some fans usually think she's Mrs. Puff because it adds some spice to her rep as a teacher, but that's far from it. In the episode Krusty Love, where Mr. Krabs falls in love at first sight with Mrs. Puff, he tries to know more about her.
Mrs. Puff? Oh, she's married.
Oh no, Mr. Krabs, she's single.
Then what happened to Mr. Puff?
She doesn't like to talk about it.
It's a fast visual gag that doesn't really stick in the head, but that sparkly pufferfish lamp you see hanging there, yeah, that's Mr. Puff. Turns out he was caught by humans, turned into a novelty lamp. Straight to our next discovery, and this one, I had my reservations. Squidward is not a squid. How do I know this, you ask? Well, between basic biology, a quick Google search, and this episode where everyone transforms into their real-life forms, the evidence pretty much screams the truth. Shocker, I know. Despite his name literally carrying the word squid, he's actually an octopus. His voice actor Roger Bumpus once explained that the real reason they stuck with Squidward is simple. Octoword just didn't have the same ring to it. You remember Mr. Sea Chicken? Yeah, you probably don't. He was a chicken who for some bizarre reason can breathe underwater and somehow managed to open a full-on restaurant in Bikini Bottom.
So come on down to my Sea Chicken Shack, and don't forget the kids!
He basically ran Mr. Krabs out of business, and even though Mr. K tries everything he can to compete, he just doesn't cut it. The only reason he got his customers back is because the shack mysteriously shut down. Or so we thought.
Early day slumber parties!
Hey, hey, hey! Mr. K! We don't want to see your booty today! Okay, I knew that Sparrow's in here somewhere. Aha!
Let's look at it again. Slowly this time, and without Mr. Krabs' butt in our face.
Okay, I knew that Sparrow's in here somewhere. Aha!
Your eyes aren't deceiving you. Mr. Krabs has a literal skeletons in his cupboard. Now, I'll just let you sit with that information for a while as we move on to our next thing. And you want to make sure to hold on to your seat because you're going to need it to hear this. SpongeBob and Karen are husband and wife.
Karen's head, how may I direct your call?
Oh, yes. May I talk to Karen? Wait a minute. Who is this?
Okay, not in the show, but in real life, SpongeBob's voice actor Tom Kenny is actually married to Karen's voice actress Jill Talley. I know. I made it sound way more dramatic than it actually is. But hey, I'm a YouTuber. Next secret in line is one you probably noticed. If you were paying attention, you remember Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy. Here's what their phone ringtone sounds like. Kinda sounds familiar, doesn't it? Well, it's the same sound they use in blocking out words that have no business in a kid's show.
Tell me what yous need to tell me. Understand?
He said...
Do my ears deceive me? You two
You should be ashamed!
The sound department just recycled the sound. Speaking of recycled, there's no character as recycled as Old Man Jenkins. Apparently, he isn't just an old senile farmer who appears when he feels like it, he actually has the most intentional character variations. Here's the Old Man Jenkins we all know.
Old Man Jenkins!
Then this is his wheelchair version.
What did I miss?
Moving on, this is less of a secret and more of a fact that'll make you shake your head. Apparently, the name Krusty Krab doesn't have a secret meaning. Heck, it isn't even related to the fact that Eugene is a crab. It was actually just a retirement home.
A bankrupt retirement home, and with a few minor alterations, the Krusty Krab was born.
At least he wasn't too cheap to get that red paint. Straight to another secret, in Squid's day off, Mr. Krabs gets hospitalized from whatever Krabs get sick of and keeps Squidward in charge. When he finally got discharged, I noticed something unusual.
Okay, Mr. Krabs. Get plenty of rest, and if things don't seem right, come back. Thanks, Doc.
The hospital sign that's meant to say emergency is boldly misspelled as inuriency. Is this a mistake or some elaborate inside joke we aren't privy to? Or is it AI generated? That's season 2 of SpongeBob, it ain't AI generated. This next secret is one that not many people know of, but SpongeBob has dissociative amnesia. I kinda noticed that for someone who's won Employee of the Month 374 times, he sure forgets how to make a Krabby Patty a lot.
Mustard down, buttons up, down. Where's the patty go? Pickles, ketchup, wait. Oh, bang, I'm losing it. Bun down, shoe, mustard, pan, bun, no.
And here he is completely butchering orders.
What the flim-flam?
Put him under a little bit of stress like cooking patties 24/7 for multiple days and all of a sudden he forgets completely. So much for Employee of the Month, but hey, he's still our favorite fry cook. But who's our favorite malevolent ghost? Well, the Flying Dutchman, of course. And it turns out Mr. Krabs might be related. Nah, I'm kidding. But it's not impossible since the ghastly womanizing ghost dated Mr. Krabs' aunt.
I promise on my dear Aunt Sally's false teeth. Liar! What? Your Aunt Sally doesn't wear false teeth.
How do you know?
Because I dated her in high school.
No!
Quick question though. Isn't the Flying Dutchman a human ghost? So what was he even doing with a crab? Anyway, let's just sail on to the next secret. Besides the weird fact that fish drive boats and the boats have tires, here's a bonus. If you zoom in really close, you'll notice the tires aren't even attached to the boats. Like they're just floating there.
Are you sure about this, Mr. Krabs?
Why, I couldn't be surer, lad. You don't need a professional to teach you how to drive.
Oh, well, let's move on to something else that makes sense. I spoke too soon because in Karate Choppers, Sandy tries to teach SpongeBob a lesson by putting intense volcano hot sauce on his tongue.
By the powers of naughtiness, I command this particular drop of hot sauce to be really, really hot.
I don't know what all that has to do with karate, but that face on the ketchup is Tom Kenny, SpongeBob's voice actor. The show keeps giving us tiny details we didn't know we needed. Take this next secret as an example. In the Krusty Krab's bathroom, there's a sign that says, "Please wash your fins," but if you look closely, you'll see a different language written at the bottom. Now don't strain your little eye sockets trying to freeze frame this, I already did the detective work for you. If you zoom in, that tiny text actually says, "Lave las alitas." That's Spanish for wash your fins. Butchered by my American accent, but you get the point. So yes, even the Krusty Krab bathroom is secretly bilingual. While we're here, let's talk about the sign outside the Krusty Krab bathroom that simply says, "The Heads."
Can't you just get SpongeBob to do it?
Great idea. Take him with you.
At first, I kinda worried the secret formula might contain people's whole heads, but it's just sailor slang for the bathroom. This one isn't really a secret. It's more like a piece of information you never really knew you needed, and honestly, probably still don't. SpongeBob is an outie.
Sorry, Patrick. I have an outie.
Yeah, belly button confirmed, you're welcome. Another random secret about SpongeBob you probably didn't know is that apparently SpongeBob doesn't wear his favorite color.
First question. What is your best friend's favorite color?
Oh, man. Color. No hints. Blue. No. Clear. No. Oh, that's not it. Oh, hold on. 14.
The answer is beige.
His favorite color is beige, but look at him. He's out here rocking white, brown, black, and a bright red tie like a walking school uniform. This next secret knocked my socks off. Plankton isn't as evil as we think he is. Sure, he steals, lies, destroys, and tries to manipulate people all the time, but he's actually a pretty good guy. Here, I'll prove it to you.
Come to Papa!
Oh boy.
Plankton, 1% evil, 99% hot gas.
If this isn't being evil at 1%, I definitely don't want to see 100. Next up, here's something wild. We know Mr. Krabs' full name is Eugene H. Krabs. Plankton is Sheldon J. Plankton, and Sandy somehow has the longest name in the whole ocean, Sandra Jennifer Olivia Cheeks. But the two main stars of the show, SpongeBob and Patrick, don't have middle names at all.
I lost my name tag.
Some fans keep insisting that SpongeBob's middle name is Robert, but that's just made up or misunderstood lies. Well, moving on, here's a fun fact. Bikini Bottom's tallest building is called the Sea Needle.
Get set!
Sandy, are you sure we're supposed to be standing up here?
Go!
That's gotta hurt. But here's the secret, it's not just a comically weird building, it's actually a parody of the Washington Space Needle in Seattle. Still on the topic of weird designs, we've got this. Mr. Krabs listens to music with his eyes. Yep, you heard me right.
Mr. Krabs!
And the funniest part, this isn't even an animation mistake. It's actually accurate. Real crabs don't have ears. They hear through vibrations on their bodies. So Mr. Krabs' bumping beats through his eyeballs is technically the most scientifically correct thing on the show. Which brings us to more show details. Believe it or not, SpongeBob actually has hair. It just pops in and out once in a while.
And your hair is neat and tidy. You are ready to start the day.
That makes a lot of sense. And if you noticed it on his driver's license, your eyes weren't deceiving you. Here's another background secret I caught. Watch this closely, because the editor straight up pulls a magic trick on Sandy's tail. The tail literally said, "Now you see me, now you don't." And if it weren't for my eagle eyes, you probably wouldn't have seen this one either. You're welcome, by the way. Notice how Squidward's entire Moai house just vanishes in this frame?
Oh, what do you know? You're a snail.
This would have been a dream come true for Squidward, no more whatever that was. The next secret is Plankton's true colors. And I don't mean the fact that he's a thieving snake, I mean the fact that his actual skin color is pink.
Smelling like that!
Hey, what are you?
So underneath that green coat, he's actually a cuddly pink little dude. But while we're on the topic of weirdly affectionate enemies, let's talk about Squidward's actual rival. None other than Squilliam Fancyson. Even though he and Squiddy are sworn rivals, he somehow has a painting of Squidward hanging in his elevator.
Watch your step! This may take a while. Just sit back and relax.
Then again, it's probably just an animation slip-up, because let's be honest, the only difference between Squidward and Squilliam is that unibrow and the money and the whole massive success thing. But I think it's funnier to think that he has Squidward up there. Here's another visual mistake. 1 minute the fish is shirtless, and the next, he's suddenly putting on a white shirt.
Order up! Another Krabby Patty for the gentleman.
Thank you. Let's hope Patrick Man doesn't confiscate this one.
Maybe the patties come with complimentary shirts? Let's ask someone who only ever wears a shirt and doesn't bother about pants, Squiddy. And get this, Squidward is actually insecure about that shiny bald head we all adore. Here he is eyeing an ad for wigs.
Oh, guess what, Squidward?
Wig steak!
Here's him outrightly saying it.
My hair! My beautiful hair! My hair!
Poor guy. And this isn't the only time. There are other episodes where he even has flashbacks to when he had hair. Speaking of which, not only did he have a full head of hair, but he was literally Goldilocks.
Until my clarinet career takes off.
What if it never does? Don't you want to have something to fall back on?
Yeah, ha! I could lose my beautiful flowing hair too, but I'm not buying a wig yet.
Poof, and it's gone faster than I could say blonde. The next victim of our secret exposure is Sandy. Sandy might actually be dumb. And I don't mean it's because she's a squirrel living underwater, but because most of the time, her inventions and science problems make no sense.
This isn't for fun. See this? This is science. I don't have time for fun and games, and I don't have time for stowaway.
What does that even mean? First of all, in her so-called science formula, Sandy treats infinity like it's an actual number, which already makes zero sense. When you say something goes to infinity, you're not solving it. You're basically saying there's no answer. Or should I talk about when Bikini Bottom needed her help, she pulled this out.
Sandy, you're the only one that can save us.
The whole board is just a photo collage of random equations. I mean, there's even a drawing of her on it. She's got angles, forces, limits, random symbols, and even units slapped onto equations that don't use units at all. So those are just complex looking nonsense to make her look smart, but hey, it's a kid's show. Still on Sandy's case though. Sandy's tree dome is packed with cool tech, from the airlock system to the exercise equipment. But there's one hidden feature most people miss: an escape pod connected straight to Texas.
Take off the sheets! It is ghosts!
She mostly uses it for emergencies or if she's upset. Next, we're always used to seeing Patrick sleep on his sand-made bed or sleeping on his rock during the day. But what is this?
I wonder what Patrick's dreaming.
Rose sleeping on the roof. Well, rock like a bat. And that's not the only weird thing about Patrick's rock. In shell games, we find out that Patrick's rock home isn't an actual rock.
Oh, nasty! Let's get the show on the road.
Sucks to be that turtle. He hibernated so long that he missed 12 seasons of Bikini Bottom chaos. Next secret on the list is about Mr. Krabs. Now, if you've watched the show, you'll know how he always goes on and on about being at sea in his sailor days, blah, blah, blah. But what not everyone knows is that Mr. Krabs is a little memento from all that.
What's that?
It's me first tattoo.
Neat.
What with him being a crab, dude just takes off his tats and puts them back on whenever he feels like.
Whoopee! I love Bubble Buddy!
Kind of like the Krabby Patty poster on the glass of the Krusty Krab. This thing is one of the most inconsistent pieces of animation in the entire show. 1 minute it's bland, and the very next moment it's got all of its ingredients perfectly drawn again.
Fine, go on, Eladia! With me new money finder here, who needs ya?
Moving on to another inconsistent animation, this time it's the Krusty Krab's dumpster. Normally the dumpster is always chilling behind the restaurant in the back alley, but not in this episode.
You're right. For the Krusty Krab!
Let's not be distracted by all that cowardice from SpongeBob and focus more on the location. How weird it is that they placed the dumpster at the entrance of the restaurant. Well, that might be SpongeBob's doing, seeing how this next secret is a no-brainer. Gary the Snail is smarter than SpongeBob SquarePants. Point proven. And we see this countless times in different ways. I mean, here's Gary teaching him how to drive.
But he's also gonna teach you how to drive. Now go! Attaboy!
Let's not forget the time he got a pet translator collar.
And up here you'll find my true masterworks, hidden away from the eyes of the undeserving public.
Oh, the naive cephalopod style. Not very sophisticated.
Sophisticated and educated. Now that I've weaned you into that, I think you're ready to know that Gary also pays the bills in the house.
I guess Gary forgot to pay the electric bill.
I mean, when you look at how SpongeBob's more like the pet, it doesn't seem too far-fetched. But Mr. President doesn't think so, because in 2017, the Barack Obama let the world in on a little secret. He's a huge SpongeBob fan, and not just a casual fan either. He straight up said SpongeBob is his favorite cartoon character. The guy's even met Tom Kenny. Can't lie, I'm a little jealous, but I'll cope by pointing out more show mistakes. Another background animation hiccup that you wouldn't notice normally, but just keep your eyes on the naked green fish with the weird face.
Come on, you guys know I was just kidding, right?
Oh man, poor kid.
That guy has definitely got some issues to work out.
The animators just keep forgetting that fish need clothes too. Next secret is about our innocent sponge. Or is he? SpongeBob is actually an ex-convict who's been to jail by my count 7 times. The first time he and Patrick were behind bars was for doing the unthinkable.
What's the problem here? Well, it appears these two stole a balloon.
What are you gonna do to us?
Okay, follow me. If you can't do the time, don't do the crime.
Yeah, unthinkable. I didn't even know balloon theft was a crime. Then again, it's still better than when he got arrested for not inviting the cops to a party or for ripping up a driver's license.
Well, considering there's no legal precedent, oh, what the heck, 90 days!
At least he looks happier than when he accidentally hopped on a boat packed with inmates, and let's not forget how his little trip to Bubbletown ended.
All right, you get 1 phone call.
Okay. Got the machine. Hold on. Gotta leave a message. 1 second. Hey, Mr. Krabs, it's me, SpongeBob. I'm in jail in Bubbletown. They gave me 3 life sentences, so I might be late for my next shift. I'm so sorry.
3 life sentences with a rap sheet that's mostly comical because what do you mean he also got arrested for cosplaying a cop? Moving on to the next on the list, Squidward's home might not be a giant turtle shell like Patrick supposedly is, but don't let that fool you. This thing is very much alive.
Oh well, I needed to lose a little weight anyway.
And what's even funnier is how it chooses the most random times to move.
Not even Squidward's house.
Like, how did we not catch this sooner? We've literally seen the house grow legs and just stroll away like Squidward owes rent. Kinda creepy if you ask me. But not as creepy as SpongeBob's pineapple. It's one thing to have a sentient house, but it's another to have a man living in your walls.
Thank you, kind stranger!
Same reaction, but yeah, that's Wally. And apparently he's been living inside SpongeBob's pineapple this whole time.
Is that normal?
That's just the house settling.
Sold!
At least he's got no issues with that. SpongeBob might be a bit of a clown, but deep down, he's got an intense fear of clowns. Not just any clowns, the creepy crawly types.
Howdy, kids!
Ah! Crawly clown! Crawly clown! Ah!
Scary clowns are one thing, but crawly ones? Nah, that's a valid phobia. Moving along, we got SpongeBob's secret talent. And yeah, it's actually illegal. When I first found out about his secret talent, I was low-key hoping it'd be something like cool, like him flipping Krabby Patty's Kung Fu style or pulling off some wild cooking trick or something. But nope, he's simply a sitar player. Apparently playing a sitar without a license is illegal in Bikini Bottom, only Neptune knows why. Still on the topic of questionable working conditions, we actually find out the entry-level salary at the Krusty Krab when Mr. Krabs hires Patrick.
Boy, it was sure nice of Mr. Krabs to give me a job.
And at $50 an hour, too. When I started working here, I had to pay Mr. Krabs $100 an hour.
This man had SpongeBob paying to work, and then several seasons later, he straight up fires him just to save a single nickel. A nickel. Let's move on to a less heartbreaking secret, and this one's pretty wild. The Flying Dutchman actually has a weakness. Wait for it. It's a sock.
Give me back my socks! Everyone knows I can't eat without it!
Never!
Okay, then!
A frackin' sock? Now, I know it doesn't act like some kryptonite over him, but his obsession with that sock is close enough. Guess they hit it off in Davy Jones's locker. This next secret is all about our grumpy neighbor Squiddy. Everyone thinks he hates SpongeBob, but the truth is, he really doesn't. And this isn't some recent development either. He's been standing up for Spongy since season 1.
Sponge?
Another one? Look, I told you, little friend, I ain't paying for that!
Well, this one's on the...
Did he change his mind?
That's one of the rare moments where Squidward actually snaps. Another one? When Mr. Krabs traded SpongeBob's soul, Squidward absolutely let him have it.
Look, Squidward! Money!
Mr. Krabs, I can't believe I'm saying this, but how could you trade SpongeBob for 62 cents?
You think I could have gotten more?
He stuck up for you and you sold him out. You should be ashamed of yourself!
And this is how he reacted when he found out SpongeBob was about to die.
I'm gonna make SpongeBob's final hours the best he's ever had. And this time, there's gonna be love so much he's gonna drown in it! Drown in it!
Note to self. Watch out for Squidward.
Deep down, Squidward's real problem isn't SpongeBob at all. It's himself. Even if he packed up and moved to land, he'd still be miserable because his biggest enemy is his own disappointment and frustration. Honestly, kinda sad when you think about it, and also very relatable. While we're still talking about Squidward, let's reveal more of his secrets.
I don't get it.
Could you not stand so close? You're making me claustrophobic.
What does claustrophobic mean?
It means he's afraid of Santa Claus.
No, it doesn't.
Ho, ho, ho!
Stop it, Patrick! You're scaring him!
Ho, ho, ho!
Yep, you heard him correctly. Grumpy old Squiddy's afraid of Santa Claus. I mean, tight spaces.
I told you I am claustrophobic.
Nice try, Squidward, but there's no Santa Claus here.
I thought he'd have sponge phobia, or whatever the fear of an obnoxious sponge is. Here's another secret you didn't know. SpongeBob is low-key a Nepo baby.
See what?
Ta-da! I am ready.
A brand new boatmobile! For me? Oh!
He gets a new whip in the blink of an eye, and in another episode, they talked about getting a new house.
Oh, Harold, what will we do?
Well, we'll just have to grow a new home. And in the meantime, we can stay with our son.
He might as well change his name to SpongeBob Moneypants. Now I see why he doesn't care about working unpaid shifts for Mr. K. Well, moving on. For some bizarre Bikini Bottom logic reason, jellyfish actually produce jelly. Yeah, jellyfish making jelly. I guess that kind of makes sense.
Kitty, kitty, coo. Bye, 12-y.
I wish taking honey from bees were this easy. Next up is Bubble Buddy. Now, you might already know that for a simple bubble, this guy is surprisingly durable, but just how durable?
Bubble Buddy likes bendy straws. Huh?
The truth is, Bubble Buddy is basically indestructible, and it's no surprise that his son is too.
Bikini Bottom Pen Factory! I'll save you! Go!
This little bubble has survived needles, explosions, you name it. Heck, he's even more durable than my phone, which isn't a surprise these days. Alright, back to the personal, embarrassing character secrets. One of my favorites, Mr. Krabs' secret nerd room.
You're a comic book geek.
Don't touch those. They're mint condition, worth a fortune.
Even some of the books in the room had nerd literally written on them. At least it's good to see Mr. Krabs actually spends money on stuff. Next, we got the real truth behind Squidward's clarinet skills, and trust me, it's even worse than your ears think.
Squidward will be performing his version of Solitude in E minor.
Yeah, E minor, all right, yeah.
Same reaction as Patrick, honestly, but let me break it down for y'all. Squidward loves bragging about playing the clarinet in E minor, but any music nerd watching will instantly spot the problem. What he actually played was a C and an F. Yeah, that explains why his career is slower than Patrick. Anyway, here's another hilarious secret for you. The Flying Dutchman may look all powerful, spooky, and glow-in-the-dark green, but even he's got limits. Turns out he's not nearly as powerful as he wants us to think.
Dutchman, sir, now can you show me how to tie my shoes?
I don't know how to tie me shoes. I haven't worn shoes for over 5,000 years. But sometimes I like to wear this little sock over me ghostly tail.
Now I see why he's so attached to that crusty old sock. While we're at it, let's spill some more tea about the Flying Dutchman. With all of his spookiness, the Flying Dutchman is actually a pretty good guy. I mean, here he is randomly popping up to help SpongeBob with his shoelace.
Doesn't anybody know how to tie a knot?
I say not!
I did.
He wasn't much help, but at least he showed up. The only difference is he's like reverse Santa Claus. Rather than giving you gifts when you're good, he scares the frick out of you for being bad, or because he feels like it. Anyway, he has a strong sense of justice. Wish Plankton did too. Remember when Plankton put up that chum is fun sign? Well, it's not. I'm gonna tell you what it's made of because unlike the Krabby Patty, the only secret formula it has is a large tablespoon of anguish.
All we had left is chum. And I hadn't eaten since noon.
The glaring eyeballs and bones sticking out were all the proof we needed. The chum is basically a pile of fish bits, blood, and whatever other organic leftovers are floating around the sea. Considering how the Krabby Patty is simultaneously part chum and vegetarian, there must be different types of chum in Bikini Bottom, and of course, Plankton is using the most evil kind. The next secret is that Patrick is dumb. Which isn't exactly a secret, but here's the twist. He's basically dumb by default settings. Real starfish aren't exactly geniuses. Their brains are non-existent.
Patrick, say something, Patrick.
See what I mean? Their bodies are basically made of the bare minimum. Parts to move a little, eat a little, and just exist. Straight to the next secret. Now we know that the Krusty Krab is the most successful restaurant in Bikini Bottom, which is very questionable since they keep passing health inspections by a strand of hair. But do they actually qualify?
What difference does it make?
You'll see.
Huh? Oh, it was all a dream.
It's even caused a whole trash pandemic. Let's definitely not forget the Nasty Patty.
Why, that's the most diabolical Krabby Patty ever spawned.
That's all the answer we really need. Truth is, going by real-world standards, the Krusty Krab would be called the Nasty Krab. Still speaking of restaurants, how about this? Let me blow your mind with how many places there are actually to eat in Bikini Bottom. There are 28 total spots to chow down at, and I'm gonna speed run through them all. First up, the number one and everyone's favorite, the Krusty Krab. Right across the street, collecting cobwebs, is the Chum Bucket. And let's not forget the nearby business that actually was successful, the Kelp Shake.
I better get to the bottom of this. A new store! On my block! Taking my customers!
Next up are SpongeBob's short-lived jobs after being fired. Pizza Pie Hole, Taco Sombrero, and Weenie Hut.
Hey, where are those weenies?
Your weenies, sir.
Speaking of Weenie Hut, it's got a whole family of restaurants. Weenie Hut Juniors, Super Weenie Hut Juniors, and Weenie Hut Seniors.
I think you'd be more comfortable over at that place.
Weenie Hut Juniors? Are you saying I belong at Weenie Hut Juniors?
Oh no, sorry. I was actually pointing to the place next to it.
Super Weenie Hut Juniors?
Yeah, unless you think you're tough enough to fight me.
So many places for weenies to go. At least we got the Salty Spittoon for tough guys like us.
I'm gonna tell you exactly what I think of you. You have got the most beautiful baby blue eyes.
Thanks. I got him from me mother.
Next, we got the little guys. The diner, Grandma's tea house, tea parlor, juice bar, snack bar, and even SpongeBob's temporary business that could have shut down the Krusty Krab for good, the Pretty Patties.
This isn't half bad. Hey, world! Pretty Patties is the best idea ever!
Speaking of businesses that almost ran the Krusty Krab over, there's the Shell Shack, Flabby Patty Shack, and the Sea Chicken Shack. So many shacks.
Like bury a wraith!
What is it, lad? What do you see?
I see a giant statue depicting Mr. Sea Chicken in all his glory.
Statue? How does a statue steal me customers? SpongeBob? SpongeBob?
Luckily for Mr. Krabs, those went under as well. Now switching over to desserts and snacks, we have the ice cream place, milkshake, bunny buns, hot dog, and weirdly hot dog on a string. You heard me. String, not stick.
Can I get one with extra string?
Sounds like the business idea of a third grader. Then there's Rice Barn, Wet Noodle, and Squidward's Play Pretend Restaurant Fancy.
Lousy burger stand has a 5-star restaurant. Homina, 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 homina.
And finally, we have the Goofy Goobers Ice Cream Party Boat.
You sampled every flavor we have. Will you please just pick one?
Not so fast. I would now like to sample combinations of flavors. And I would like you to use my spoon.
Security.
Sampling ice cream with your own spoon somehow isn't Patrick's worst idea. And with that, that's all 28 places. No wonder everyone's always eating out. Which brings us back to those viral kelp shakes from earlier. And this secret is basically a buy one, get one deal. First off, kelp shakes are straight up a SpongeBob parody of Starbucks. I mean, what other coffee place just appears out of nowhere and immediately takes over the entire town?
They're on every corner.
Block after block.
They're everywhere.
Still on the topic of kelp shakes, here's a spoiler they probably didn't think anyone would notice. One full season before the kelp shakes episode, we see the Gallery Grub menu. And if you look closely, the Krusty Krab was already selling kelp shakes.
Let's see. I wanna...
Maybe the secret formula wasn't the problem, the marketing was. And while we're still nitpicking little details, we got the secret behind why SpongeBob sometimes sounds like a broken toy.
Good one, Patrick.
I really hope they handed out earplugs in the studio, because if I had to hear that on loop, I'd be filing noise complaints against Tom Kenny. But here's the real secret. That iconic laugh was actually inspired by dolphins. Suddenly, everything makes a whole lot of more sense. Another character secret is the Grinch of Bikini Bottom Squidward. Now, we've already crossed out the fact that Squidward's an octopus and not a squid, but have you ever wondered why he's got 6 tentacles and not 8 like the rest of his kind?
Whoa, Squidward, you're choking! I know what to do, but I should wash my hands first. Oh well.
Apparently, it's just lazy animating. The crew decided it was too tough to draw him with 8 tentacles, so to make things simple, they stopped at 6. Speaking of lazy animation, how about some lazy casting? Because believe it or not, Gary the Snail is also voiced by Tom Kenny.
Mr. Snail, could you please describe this marauder to the sketch artist?
I can't believe it! It was Squidward!
Yeah, so all the time you saw SpongeBob talking to Gary, he was actually talking to himself. Relatable. I mean, weirdo. Well, it's better to be a weirdo than senile, like Mr. Krabs. Nah, I'm kidding. But honestly, do you actually know how old the moneymonger Krabs really is?
You look real good with a mustache, Mr. Krabs.
Never mind that boy.
He was born on November 30th, 1942, and by my calculations, that means he is one very old man. You can do the math, and while you're at it, you should know that Mr. Krabs and Plankton are twins. No, okay, I'm kidding again, but I'm not actually that far off, because these two frenemies were born on the exact same day.
Goo.
Things were all peaches and cream.
No wonder it always feels like they were joined at the hip, or whatever could join a crab and copepod together. For this next secret, you might need some headphones to catch it. Apparently, the creators were so intentional about the show that they snuck in some bubble sounds.
The water is shimmering, scallops are chirping. Peaceful.
Although they're way more noticeable in earlier episodes when the creators still had our time, but it's still noticeable in recent episodes. If you weren't too distracted by all the grossness, you'd hear the popping sounds. Now don't be mistaken, it's different from the usual bubble sounds you hear during transitions.
Hi, I'm SpongeBob. Ooh, nice to meet you.
So unlike those short bubble sounds, these ones are meant to constantly remind us that the show takes place underwater. And you know, with the fire and drowning fish, it's easy to get distracted. Because of that secret, I was able to catch another one. And I don't even know if this counts as an animation mistake or a sound mistake. In Midlife Crustacean, there's a transition where you hear bubble sounds, but there aren't any bubbles on screen.
Next.
Mommy, my Krabby Patty tastes funny.
Guess someone forgot their bubble wand at home. Same way Plankton wishes we'll forget this secret because it's kinda a very sensitive topic for the little guy. But in the whole of Plankton's family, he's the only one with a working brain.
Oh, howdy, cousin. It's me, Clem. Of course you remember Zeke, Rufus, Jeet, Billy Bob, Billy Jim, Billy, Bo Billy, Banana Fanta Philly, Tug, Enos, Ted, Julio, Fletcher McGee, Rainchild, Zeke Jr.
I get it!
Poor him, but lucky Bikini Bottom, because imagine the havoc that would be caused by that many Planktons. Krabs would lose the secret formula before he could say Holy Mother of Pearl. Next up, we've got a Bikini Bottom character that's not so famous, but you'll definitely recognize him.
Well, you heard it here first. We're all doomed to a horrible demise, thanks to a diseased snail.
For anyone who didn't know, this guy actually has a name, Perch Perkins. And yes, he's bald.
Complete chaos here today as our town attempts to deal with a sudden and complete shortage of Krabby Patties. Whoa!
Completely clean-shaven, smooth as a freshly polished seashell, and honestly shaped exactly like something a bird would perch on. Up next, we've got everyone's secret favorite episode. I'll give you a second to guess. Yeah, wrong. Even if you guessed it, you're still wrong. Absolutely epic. Band Geeks is widely considered the best SpongeBob episode to date by the creators, the critics, and fans, basically by anyone with functioning eyes. It was even rated 9.8 out of 10 on IMDb, and that's saying something. I mean, come on, the entire cast is locked in, creating pure art while Squidward finally gets to rub his non-existent success right in his rival's face. It's perfection. Moving on. How exactly Sandy gets her air? Does she go to the service to fill up on her monthly air supply? No, it's actually pretty simple. She gets it from the tree in her tree dome. Easy as photosynthesis, but how exactly does a tree underwater get sunlight? Oh well, there are some secrets even I don't know. Let's swim back to another Krusty Krab secret. You know how Mr. Krabs always knows when he's losing money? I mean, customers? Well, it's not just because he can smell his potential bucks leaving, but he also has a customer capacity meter.
Good foul-mouthed bottom feeders. Huh?
The Krusty Krab! She's empty! All hands on deck! Batten the front doors! Brace the cash register! Break out the happy snacks!
I sure hope he wiped his hands. Still in the same episode, we have another animator secret. Keep your eyes on which foot Krab stumps on the rock.
Krusty Krab, a fresh coat of paint from top to bottom. Wow! Oh, my foot! What? Jay just brought a rock in a bath!
Did you catch that? He stomps down with his right foot, but then he lifts up and holds the left. Classic animation slip up, and they really thought we wouldn't notice. While we're here, let's look at another mistake. Focus on SpongeBob's time.
I'd love to be at work today, but it's Sunday. The Krusty Krab is closed.
Hold on a second. I'll be right out.
From a red tie to a black tie. Not a bad look, but still a pretty hilarious wardrobe glitch. Quickly to number 85, we have the secret to Plankton's character creation. While he's almost everyone's favorite villain of the show, he wasn't actually meant to be one of the main cast. But he made that good of an impression on viewers that they decided to keep him around. I mean, what's not to love?
The pinky is wiggling.
Moving down Plankton's family tree, in the episode Karen's Baby, the two of them actually have a son. And even though he's nothing like his father, they still get along surprisingly well.
Hey! Hey! Give me my money!
That's my boy!
Like father, like son. Sort of. And this is the only episode we ever get to see Plankton and Karen's child on screen. Stepping into the spotlight, we got one of my favorite side characters, Fred, but I'm sure you'll know him better as the My Leg guy. Here's a secret you didn't know about him.
Hey, all you people! Hey, all you people! Hey, all you people, won't you listen to me? I just had a sandwich, no ordinary sandwich, a sandwich filled with jellyfish jelly.
You heard him. Fred isn't just famous for screaming about his leg. He's actually a super talented singer. Honestly, I should have known from the way he always hits that legendary "my leg" note. Here's another unsuspecting secret from another character, Mrs. Puff.
Good morning, Mrs. Puff.
It almost was.
Would you like a baby worm?
A what?
I'll just come back later, Mrs. Puff. Have a nice day.
Believe it or not, the creators never originally planned to name her Mrs. Puff. During early development, her name was actually Bobby Blowfish. Yeah, Bobby Blowfish. Who the hell's idea was that? Imagine SpongeBob going to Bobby Blowfish's boating school. Man, what a tongue twister that was. Nailed it first try, by the way. Like the video for that. At least they didn't fail to give her a mysterious backstory and secrets of her own. Did you know that Mrs. Puff wears an ankle monitor?
If only SpongeBob could pass his boating test, he'd be out of my life once and for all. Unfortunately, I keep getting reminded of the consequences if I get too angry with the little nuisance. I can't even leave town without violating my parole. Oh.
And how exactly did SpongeBob cause that, you might ask?
Don't forget to read the note!
It's because of you I got stuck in this mess.
Hold it right there! Well, well, well.
Teachers usually get awards and a sense of purpose from teaching, but all Mrs. Puff's ever gotten from teaching SpongeBob is PTSD, endless accidents, and now an ankle monitor to really tie the look together. Moving on to someone else who's no stranger to being behind bars, Man Ray. Let's kick things off with a secret that's as small as his helmet, or should I say his head.
Besides, I have checks with little poodles on them. I won't be needing this anymore. Farewell, fellow do-gooder.
Bye, Man Ray.
Yep, Man Ray is the headless horseman of Bikini Bottom. That's almost as weird as his next secret. For a supposedly powerful villain and basically the Black Manta of Bikini Bottom, he's got a weakness almost as ridiculous as the Flying Dutchman's.
I'm thinking of a number between 1 and 100. What is it? 62? Wrong!
Yep, all it takes is a feather. Tickle him and suddenly he's completely defenseless. Not exactly the intimidation factor he thinks he has. You should take notes from a certain sponge because there's a secret club formed just for SpongeBob, and it's not exactly a fan club.
We Hate SpongeBob Club will now come to order. And now our motto.
We don't mean SpongeBob any harm. We just can't stand him.
A whole gathering just to spite the little guy. If they've got this much free time to form a hate circle, they can definitely find better hobbies. Let's take a breather and check out one of those background secrets and mistakes. In the episode Sailor Mouth, while SpongeBob is busy fouling everyone's ears, there's a quick visual slip-up blink and you'll miss it thing. Watch the baby octopus in the red hat.
The prize. It'll be our pleasure.
This episode has so many visual mistakes, it's crazy. Anyway, here's another secret that'll probably knock your socks off. Okay, so while Patrick might be awful at everything, he actually is a really great driver.
Hey, SpongeBob.
What's with the helmet, Patrick?
Well, since I'm now an expert driver, I have to keep up my image.
Dude even got his driver's license by accident. I swear the only reason he still takes the bus is so SpongeBob doesn't feel insecure about failing for the 1,000,000th time, literally. On to the next fun secret. Some people think Mr. Krabs is just born a miser, but nope. He actually gets it straight from his mom, Betsy Krabs.
I don't know what you're chuckling about, Eugene. There's wasted money everywhere I look. When
was the last time ye changed the oil in this fryer?
We change it every day, ma'am.
Waste! Should be but once a year.
Also, what is the universal thing with moms and having superpowers that let them touch boiling hot stuff like it's nothing?
Real tomato ketchup. Waste! I bet in your latrine you use 2-ply toilet paper.
We use 1-ply.
As if it grows on trees. Waste!
Oh well, moving on to the next secret, more like an unfolded mystery than a secret. If you watch the show, you'll know this blue guy.
That's gonna be a keeper. Now let's do one with funny hats. Ooh, yeah. Let's pretend we're mad at each other.
He doesn't always explode on the show, but he's one side character who's appeared almost as often as the words Krabby Patty get thrown around. Well, he has a name, and it's Harold. I got no idea what his last name is, but here's a secret I do know. It's a hidden clue that only a few people could spot in the episode's secret box, and it happens when SpongeBob tries to steal Patrick's secret box to find out what's in it. The writers give us a hint.
Good old secret box. Let's see what's inside.
Notice how Patrick opened the box and pulled his tongue. It was a simple foreshadowing of the actual thing.
Good thing he didn't pull the secret string opening the secret compartment of my secret box, revealing one embarrassing snapshot of SpongeBob at the Christmas party!
So if SpongeBob had just been as smart as me, he would have seen what was inside. He might not be smart, but I can tell you one thing, SpongeBob is a murderer. And no, I'm not joking this time. They never come out and say it directly, but it's one of those dark, silent gags the show just expects you to roll with.
I'm going to the moon, SpongeBob.
The moon. Can I go?
No way, SpongeBob. Especially after your little mishap with my whirlybird.
Scratch what I said. He's not a murderer. He's a mass murderer. Well, guys, we made it. We're at Secret 99, and I'm still breathing, I think. Let's look at the secret behind SpongeBob's unique look. Steven based SpongeBob's design on his own nerdy childhood look, especially the big gap teeth. While I'm still in the mood to expose more of Steven Hillenburg's secrets, let's take a look at another one of his inspirations.
Take 2.
We have to get back to those stolen Maggie Daddies.
Cut! No, Mermaid Man, it's stolen Krabby Patties.
Take 5003.
We have to get back those stolen Krabby Patties, and if we don't stop that diabolical scoundrel, give it back!
Get this, Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy are supposed to be from Aquaman and Aqualad, or even Batman and Robin. Talk about cheap knockoffs. Kidding, they were more hilarious. Which is why the next secret is dedicated to them. Secret number 101, there will be no more Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy. Because sadly, both of their voice actors have passed away. And out of respect for their legacy, the creators decided not to recast them. I was not expecting Nickelodeon to do that. One of the last few respectable things that they've done in recent memory. And honestly, I completely understand. Who else can give us this gold?
Donuts! Oh, brother.
Pure comedy, and they are missed. This next one's about Patrick's big sister Sam. And FYI, she was actually voiced by the same actor who voices Patrick, Bill Fagerbach.
Sis!
Well, I think that one's kind of obvious. But what's not so obvious is how SpongeBob and Bubble Buddy kind of killed that surfer character in the show, and nobody ever really talks about it.
Kids, bury me!
See what I mean? All done.
All right!
Bubble Buddy, you dig him out while I get some cotton candy.
Don't just stand there, dude! The tide's coming in!
His name is Scooter, by the way, and the next time we ever see him, he's a ghost.
Kids, he made me experience high tide!
Well, Hopefully he's catching some gnarly clouds in heaven. For one of our first few secrets after hitting 100, we're kicking things off at the Krusty Krab. Did you know that they actually sell ice cream?
Triple Krabby Patty with 5 scoops of ice cream, please. Squidward, you see me struggling with this boat and you act like you don't care.
It's not an act.
I hate to do this to you, Triple Krabby Patty with 5 scoops of ice cream.
There's no saving Squidward, but yep, the Krusty Krab really does serve ice cream. We just forget because characters are always getting it from trucks, vans, or random fast food places instead. Meanwhile, the restaurant we see every day has it on the menu the whole time. Our next secret is about a pretty unsuspecting character, Dr. Gil Gilliam.
Well, Mr. Krabs, you gave us quite a scare.
So I'm gonna be okay, Doc?
Well, if you don't want to take my word for it, let's just check your chart. Let's see here. Oh no. Oh no! This is terrible!
Everything okay, Doc?
Don't touch me! Ah!
He's basically the show's other Old Man Jenkins because, believe it or not, this guy actually pops up again later in a different look like a skinwalker.
Did someone say mad snail disease? Is that what all this fuss is about?
Yeah. What do you know about it?
Funny you should ask. Allow me to introduce myself. Dr. Gil Gilliam.
Regular doctor by day and professional snail doctor by night. One more secret about Gil Gilliam is that he shares the same voice actor as Squidward.
Yeah, we're with the pet hospital down the street, and I understand you have a dying animal on the premises.
Roasting yourself is just diabolical. I never would have guessed. Let's scurry along to one of the more one-off characters we never see again, but they sure leave a first impression.
First and last name?
Sure.
Yeah. Why don't you write this on your form? What's it? Tuya! Now leave me alone!
This guy eventually gets revealed to be Mr. What's It Tuya, thanks to his ID card, which, by the way, claims he has no hair.
His driver's license! At last! And your name is? Mr. What's It Tuya.
And honestly, I see what they mean. The man's hairline isn't just receding, it's practically doing a moonwalk to his neck, and nevertheless, it's still there, so they're wrong. Anyway, the next secret is the making of Mr. Krabs. What exactly inspired the creators to make him the way they did? Well, that's easy. Hillenburg drew inspiration from his former boss, who was described as red-headed, muscular, and a former army cook. Sounds very familiar.
Money, 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 this money, money, that profit will make me wallet fat. What? Profit's down $3 from last month. I gotta start running a tighter ship around here.
Can't imagine a human version of that. Moving on to Secret 109. Now, while some of y'all might not know this because I definitely didn't know this either, but Patrick, for some weird reason, has a fishing license.
But I don't have a tractor license.
I got lots of licenses. Driver's license, fishing license, marriage license. Oh, here it is! Tractor license!
The marriage license is funny and all, but a fishing license? It's literally saying he has the license to kill, and nobody's talking about that. Next in line is the Krusty Krab and another one of its building secrets. Besides having gum under the table and a lazy cashier, the Krusty Krab also has a secret lab.
Come with me, boyo.
Place.
It's me secret lab.
It's mostly used to study new ways Mr. Krabs can make more money. Still in the hidden rooms of the Krusty Krab, we have a lost and found room that's literally been under our noses this whole time.
Is there a ladder?
Yes. Here's the ladder, boyo.
Okay.
Nice catch!
It's packed with enough random junk to prove Bikini Bottom citizens lose everything except their appetite. Now that we're at number 112, let's look through some hilarious animation secrets and hiccups. In the episode, SpongeBob gets fired from the Krusty Krab, he starts working at the Weenie Hut, and his hat changes in a split second. Don't blink or you'll miss it.
Hey, where are those weenies?
Your weenies, sir.
What in the name of Davy Jones's gym shorts are these?
They're weenie patties.
Guess the animators couldn't imagine SpongeBob without his usual Krusty Krab hat. Still in the same episode, right after SpongeBob gets fired, the tables are nowhere to be seen.
You'll have to visit sometime. As a customer. Bye-bye now. Sayonara. Good riddance.
They really keep the erasers handy. The next secret is one most people never think twice about. Did you know SpongeBob's foghorn alarm clock is practically alive? Yeah, so not only has it been waking him up, but it's got a mind of its own. This secret is gonna need your eyes too. Notice how the guy who needed personal hygiene the most vanishes into thin air?
Personal hygiene service! Did you see that? Personal hygiene!
And when deodorant needed him the most, he vanished. Like Sandy's tail for the 100th time. This time it doesn't disappear, it loses its color.
I was gonna go jellyfishing with Patrick.
But then what'd you do again?
And I hate to admit it, but I suppose if you hadn't fixed my reed, the concert would have been a bust.
Whoever's in charge of Sandy's tail needs to set a reminder or something, because at this point Sandy's tail had more disappearing acts than the Flying Dutchman. We're still flowing with mishaps, and the next one happens when SpongeBob's reflection gets so stunned, it forgets to reflect him.
You don't have to be a baby to get old Grandma's love.
I don't.
Of course not.
Even his mirror image couldn't process what was happening. Speaking of processors, I'll tell you the secret behind Karen's origins.
Karen?
You're both liars. That's not how it happened at all. In those days, I was just starting out as a security system. Plankton and I met when he installed me.
It was only our third date.
Anyways, I recorded the whole thing in my databanks.
So even though she started off as a calculator, Plankton wasted no time upgrading her, probably to make up for his height. I wonder what we could use to make up for Mermaid Man's weird habits.
Ever alert, Mermaid Man has trained himself to sleep with his eyes open.
Well, a good superhero is always prepared to fight evil. The next secret is one Mr. Krabs would pay you to keep hidden. Surprisingly, the old man is scared of mimes.
Joe!
No. Make it stop! Make it stop!
Here I thought the only thing that terrified him was losing money. Oh well, here's another SpongeBob secret you might not have noticed. SpongeBob's got poor eyesight.
Here it is. Dear SpongeBob, I'm sending your cousin Stanley to live with you. He can't hold down a job and he ruins everything he touches. I can't take it anymore. Maybe you can straighten him out. Love, Uncle Sherm.
Yeah, glasses are exactly what he needed to fully complete that nerdy look. Well, not as far-fetched as the Glove World theme park owning its very own jail.
Oh, for a minute there, I thought we were in trouble.
You are in trouble! And you're going to Glove World Jail!
Glove World Jail? I thought that was an urban myth.
You mean an urban truth?
Love me!
Okay.
For people about to go behind bars, they seem to be way too happy. And considering Glove World is a Disney World parody, having a jail actually checks out.
Breaking the rules, eh?
Exactly how I thought it'd look. Now here comes what I'd call the most mind-blowing secret of them all. It takes about a whole year to create just one 11-minute episode of SpongeBob. That's a lot of hard work and dedication. Kind of like this channel. So please definitely hit that subscribe button and check out more videos like this one. You've survived 123 secrets of SpongeBob. Might as well keep the streak going. And as always, guys, thank you very much for watching.